Elliotte, do you think there's anybody on the Colorado team that may not have liked Duchene or the way that he went about everything in the last little while, and that may show itself in these two games?
I'm sure you'll get a couple of slashes, not on the hands, though, because that's a penalty now. And, a couple of bumps here and there. Absolutely. I think, everybody tried to be political when that was over, but there was no question, there was an undercurrent of, I'm glad that he's gone and this is not happening anymore.
Yeah, it's a real, I don't recall it with when Kessler went back to Vancouver and played, when Rick Nash went back to Columbus. You're going to hear it from fans, and it's that weird irony that obviously Matt Duchene's not going to have to play in Denver till the 18-19 season, basically, so that gets wiped off the board right there.
Yes, and it's probably best for everybody. It was funny. I was talking to a member of the Senators, and I was saying, are you guys all jockeying to get on Duchene's line so you can get a couple points this weekend because he'll be fired up? And he kind of laughed. It's probably a really good and easy way for him to start. It'll be interesting because I think there's going to be a lot of pressure for that trade to look good quick right away. And I think that he'll be anxious to put on the best impression. He wanted to go there. It was one of the teams he really wanted to go to, and there's no question they wanted him. It'll be interesting to see if they're better off, though. Turris is a hell of a player.
Obviously, 31 Thoughts, another good read this week. I thought it most interesting that Ottawa had their man. They had the deal done with Colorado to get Duchene, and yet they had to wait on the other part for over a week, and it may not have happened. That must have been driving them nuts.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it really was. And I didn't realize that until Pierre Dorion said it, that's kind of the way it unfolded. We couldn't figure out what was holding up the deal. And guys, what the issue was is that, David Boyle made it very clear that he did not want to give up a first-round pick of his own if Samuel Girard was part of the deal. And that's one of the reasons it fell apart initially on Friday night. And then when they started putting it together, again on Saturday, that was one of the things they had to work around. And finally, Girard was very important to Colorado. He was very important to them. And so they agreed that Nashville would give a second rounder instead. And I think that's also when Kamenev got part of the deal. Like instead of the first rounder was a second rounder, and okay, we'll give you this prospect too. And Joe Sakic was saying yesterday in Sweden that they're going to call Kamenev up right away too and have him play for them. But there's some visa issues. I guess they had to work out for Sweden, so he couldn't play for them now. But it looks like he's going to play for them when they get back.